What's up YouTube, Fallout Freak here, and I'm back with another locations video. So we did a locations video to a Fallout 4 location in my last video, so for this video we're going to be talking about a Fallout New Vegas location, and that location is none other than Nipton. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Nipton. Nipton is a location in the Mojave Wasteland in Fallout New Vegas. Known for its undiscerning and cheap services and a mayor with a seedy reputation and greedy streak as long as the long 15, the town attracted attention from all walks of life, from out-of-luck gamblers to escaped convicts on the run to not-so-upstanding soldiers of the new California Republic. But it was the attention and worse, the ire of the Frumentarius Vulpes Inculta of Caesar's Legion that spelled Nipton's doom by 2281, as Vulpes used his skill and subterfuge to play the various groups against each other and weaken their respective positions, leading up to the Legion's bloody calling through the execution of a lottery. Background: pre-war. A small town near the state line of Nevada and California in San Bernardino County, California. Nipton was originally founded on February 9, 1905 as a stop on the San Pedro, Los Angeles, and Salt Lake Railroad. Originally called Nipano Camp, following a nearby discovery of gold, the name was changed to Nipton when San Pedro, Los Angeles, and Salt Lake Railroad merged with the Union Pacific Railroad around 1910. The town and depot also supplied ranches and mines in the area, becoming a social center for a sparse population of the region. It eventually became a tourist destination, offering hikers and travelers a place to restock, park their RVs, and set up their tents. Those willing to test their luck could partake in the California State Lottery and potentially win a jackpot worth millions of dollars. Post-war, most of Nipton's buildings were left intact following the Great War, allowing it to remain as a small but robust presence along the trade routes. By the 23rd century, it had regained a seedy reputation under the leadership of Mayor Joseph B. Stain, where prostitution and thievery thrived under the dubious leadership of the one-time hub crook. Following the mass breakout at the NCR Correctional Facility to the northwest, Stain extended a hand to the newly organized Powder Gangers. Did a faction video about them just recently. Be sure to check that out. Letting them know Nipton was open for trade. Stain turned the situation to his advantage by arranging for service to be provided to NCR soldiers in the night and Powder Gangers in the day, while working to keep the two separated and increase the contents of the town coffers. Stain's greed ended up being the town's undoing, as he sought to arrange a deal with Caesar's Legion to turn over both the NCR soldiers and Powder Gangers to the Frumentarius Vulpes Inculta, disguised as Mr. Fox, in return for a sum of 8,000 caps. Unbeknownst to Stain, Vulpes never intended to honor their deal. Instead, he used his small force of legionaries to round up the residents along with the aforementioned groups, including the mayor, while those who resisted were shot. Those that did not were subjected to a lottery. Using lottery tickets, the fate of those gathered was decided. The ones who were unlucky to be on the short end of the stick, dubbed the lucky losers, by boxcars for their swift deaths, were decapitated, followed by crucifixions, enslavement of the third place winners, crippling the legs of the runner-up, and finally freedom unscathed for the sole winner. Stain himself was burned to death on a pile of flaming tires after his ticket was called. Layout: by approaching from either direction along Nevada State Route 164, the player character may be greeted by Oliver Swanick celebrating his winning the lottery, though he doesn't provide much detail. As the player character approaches the town hall to the north, the first time they will be greeted by Vulpes Inculta and at least 4 legionaries. If he was instead met for the first time on the strip and or killed, Gabin will be here instead. Talking to Vulpes will start Cold Heart, after which he and his group start walking back to the fort. Outside of Nipton Hall are several crucifixes along with skulls on a post and a pyre. Behind the hall are a water tower and a water pump which causes minor radiation damage. Inside the hall itself, one will find many Legion mongrels. They are automatically hostile if the player character does not have the Animal Friend perk, even if dressed as a member of Caesar's Legion. Killing the mongrels does not give the player character Legion infamy. The Nipton General Store is located close to the west side of town. A man named Boxcar sits inside and will speak about what happened, opening up the quest booted. To the left of the town hall, one will find the Nipton Hotel, a small building with 4 NCR trooper corpses dumped unceremoniously inside. There are several houses available for the player character to explore. The house with the sandbags in front of it is heavily booby-trapped. Inside, one can find our frag mines in the corner of the living room, kitchen, and bathroom. Both doorways conceal shotgun traps. There is a cage with 3 bark scorpions directly inside the house. There is an easy locked safe with a grenade rifle inside, but if the pressure plate in the front of it is triggered, the scorpions will be released. The average locked cabinet in the kitchen contains some provisions as well as a dead Legion recruit with a machete, armor, and helmet. A campfire can be found in the Good Luck Trailer Park located on the southmost end of town. In the house to the southeast of the town hall, a prototype Mr. Gutsy can be found. The terminal in the house states that the previous owner had 2, but only 1 is found. The house contains a few damaged weapons, including 2 .357 Magnum revolvers, a plasma pistol, a laser rifle. The house also has various metal electronic parts and items needed for weapon repair kits, including wrenches, scrap metal, wonder glue, and duct tape. So that is a little bit about Nipton. Let me go ahead and play you a quote of what Vulpes and Colta says, so hopefully my internet cooperates with me. Here we go.
Nipton was a wicked place, debased and corrupt. It served all comers, so long as they paid. Profligate troops, powder gangers, men of the Legion, such as myself. The people here didn't care. It was a town of whores. For a pittance, the town agreed to lead those it had sheltered into a trap. Only when I sprang it did they realize they were caught inside it too.
That's true. Now let me go ahead and pull you up a picture of what Nipton looks like on the outside. Let me expand my desktop. Now let me go ahead and pull up my desktop. And this is what Nipton looks like on the outside. You see a bunch of fires. Here's one here, here's one, here's another, and here are 2 others, one here and one here. And as you can tell, it's pretty run down. Yeah, so here's Nipton right here on the Pip-Boy map. Over here's the Mojave Outpost. I did a locations video on that. Be sure to check that out as well. Way up here is Deadwing Cavern. I think further up here some ways is Good Spring and Prem. Here's Ivanpah Dry Lake, Ivanpah Racetrack, Nipton Road Pit Stop, Mojave Drive-In, Bradley Shack, and a bunch of other smaller locations around here. And here's the local map of Nipton. So you got, Nipton Hotel, Town Hall first floor, and you got Nipton General Store, Nipton House, Booby Trapped Nipton House, Mr. Gutsy Prototype. And yeah, this is the local map of Nipton. And that is my video about Nipton in a nutshell. Hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about Nipton and what some of your favorite locations are in Fallout New Vegas. Some of mine are definitely the Vegas Strip and Freeside and Jacobstown are probably some of my favorites, and Prem as well. But until my next locations video, you must always remember that war never changes.